That was so dirty. That was so dirty. Dude, I've been looking at decks that do this, by the way, and that is an amazing way to counter it. If you guys don't know what just happened, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Cash, and we are back. And we're going to be doing something that I've been dying to do ever since the game introduced the feature, and that is spectate a game. Now, I'm going to be watching a duel. Obviously, we're on the main menu screen, so I don't know who it is. But the first thing that I want to do for these videos is, well, first thing I want to let you know is that eventually I'm going to spectate your guys' games. It's not going to be the random one that pops up. It's going to be one that you guys send in. I want to have like clips pretty much from you guys that are either super funny or a crazy misplay or something that you didn't expect, and you know, we'll shape it as it goes on. But I definitely think it would be really cool to have this fun interactive spectate thing, because not that many games have this feature, especially in the card game community. So I really wanted to bring light to it and have fun with it. So first is first, I think we're going to be Duelist A every time when we spectate from here versus Duelist B. Put your bets in, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, it's Kashino themed, so of course we got to place bets. You know, maybe we'll have our fake money. So you know, I'm putting 1,000 Kashino coins on. I'm going with Duelist B. I'm gonna go with Duelist B, and maybe we'll keep a tally of who wins, or you know, maybe later down the road, maybe we'll keep it like when depending on the decks that they use. Maybe if you guys want me to do a deep dive on that deck, explain how that deck works. Now I will be pausing, and because it goes really fast, but I will be pausing trying to explain cards and what happened, because I'm pretty sure that some of these duels are gonna have misplays and stuff like that in it. It might help us find a new deck that we want to play. Like, just for example, it's just gonna be a side thing really quick. I know I go in there. So this deck, Mutant deck, is a deck that I just randomly saw. I would have loved to see this deck randomly. It's like about banishing cards and stuff like that. I'm not gonna like go deep in, like I said, not deep, but if I see a deck that I see that's pretty cool, I want to be able to go and like find a card that works with that, and then maybe make a deck out of it. I think that it's really cool because not only can you see like a deck that you might want, you can then take the name down, write the name down, and then go search for the card and cards related to it. And I will do that later. I'll do it like quick as well. But all right, I'm going with Duelist B, which is the duelist that I'm not, and we're gonna see if it's going to be a spicy match. So come on, I'm hoping for my guy to lose, which is weird, but and I don't even know, maybe we'll do more than one. So we got Max C. Okay, my guy's gonna lose. So I'm just gonna pause real quick. So we got Junk Synchron, oh my lord, okay, this is terrible. End the video. Junk Converter, never heard of this. So it looks like this guy has a junk deck. We can't check his deck, right? Oh, we got some Boreal Load. Oh, this is not gonna be a small fight whatsoever. This guy is coming with the heat. All right, how many you got? 15 on 15. I'm pretty sure that most of these duels are going to be from higher elo also. So let's get it going. Main phase is where we're going to be going first. This Junk Converter card is going to be used first. Ooh, Ash Blossom straight off the top. He said, no, that card must be really good, because this card, usually I've noticed that they'll use that card later in comparison to late. They'll use it later instead of earlier. They'll use it on the third summon or dirt effect or something like that. So he blocked this out. So let's see what this card actually did. You can discard this card to add one tuner. Oh yeah, deck search. He said nah. Add one synchro monster from the deck to the hand, and that's the main effect that he didn't want to happen. But it does have a graveyard effect. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, which you can't at the moment, you can target one tuner in the graveyard. This is definitely for hyper, because it's not a tuner, but it's the really set up some crazy tuner stuff, and that's why this guy blocked it, because he didn't want him to have a synchro out. And that's also going to give him information that he's using junk kind of deck. So let's see how he responds to that. He puts this out, but this card is a card that wants to go to the graveyard anyway. So what he's going to hope here is that he just kills this. He's going to max C right off the bat. Perfect max C. If you guys don't know, this card's busted. So right now, during either player's turn, you can send this card from the hand to the graveyard. Each time your opponent celestial summons a card, he gets to draw. So his hand is pitiful right now, but now with max C, especially in the beginning of his turn, he's about to special summon, so that's boom, one card, and then he's going to keep getting cards. This Maxi is one of the best crafting cards I think you can put in your deck. So boom, he's going to get one card. Junk Synchron. Is he going junk for his junk? Oh, it's a mirror match. Wait, I said Duelist B, and I'm Duelist B. Okay, I guess I am rooting for myself. Wait, no, stop negating stuff. Stop negating stuff. All right, so he's starting it up. He's starting to change. So it's interesting now because they're going to be doing very similar moves, right? So Junk Speeder, never seen this card in my life. This card is Synchro Summon. You can special summon as many Synchro Tuners as possible with different levels from your deck. This is busted. This man's about to summon his whole deck, and he's gonna draw his entire deck out. So this guy, Duelist A, needs to, I would think he's gonna do a lot, but he still needs to win because this Dark Hole is here. He's gonna also need to summon some defense, or this guy is gonna open, Duelist B is gonna open with Dark Hole and then just refill the whole board and potentially sweep him out. So this is gonna be really important moves that this guy's gonna do. You can actually summon monsters from your extra deck except Synchro. He's not gonna have a problem with that. The turn you activate this tower, when an attack is declared involving this card that was Synchro Summon and another monster, you can make this card attack double, which is not gonna be too crazy. This card probably is not even gonna be on the field in 2 seconds. So here we go. So there goes that one, a 3-star, 2, a 4, and another 3. Is it different levels? Oh no, maybe that card came from something else. So here comes the Synchro TG library. He's gonna draw for that. This guy, oh, he has Regeki too. He can even throw out Dark Hole, then Regeki. He has a lot of options now. Is this the one Synchro draw one card? This card, if a monster, yes, that's the one I was looking for. So every time he Synchro, he's gonna draw a card, and it's gonna give Duelist A more options. So there goes 1. Oh my lord. 1 and 5. Oh, those are all low levels. Super Red Supernova Dragon. Both people are going to draw a card after this. Must be Synchro Summoned. Hey, how easy is that? Gains 500 attack for each tuner in the graveyard. And he has a bunch. We all know that. Cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, which is good. So he has some defense against the Dark Hole and the Regeki. Once per turn, when your opponent monster activates an effect, or when a opponent declares a monster declares an attack, you can activate this card, banish this card, and also banish all cards your opponent controls. Whew! Once per turn, during your next end phase, after this card was banished by its own effect, it comes back. So has a lot of defense onto it. This is 64, but we all know that the attack's about to. So looks like this guy lost. No, he didn't. Oh no! Out of all the cards that he has absolutely nothing to remove this. This is obviously over 8,000. So he does give this guy a chance to retaliate on his next turn. And he did the smarter thing. Actually, if you guys are unfamiliar with this, the reason why he attacks with the big bad first is because usually you want to make sure you can break the defense of whatever card it is. I think he should have definitely attacked with the 2400 here, because 24 is usually decent, especially for he knows the deck that this guy's using. The odds of him having a high defense monster was silly. He definitely missed out on damage. But you could also see that since he's not ending the duel anyway, there's no point of pushing more damage. But 6,500 would have left this guy with 1,500 life points, and I think that that's really important to note. Very weird decision there, especially because this card is protected. It can't die by opponent's card effect. So what was he? If this guy attacks, this guy can't be killed. So I think that was a huge misplay, in my opinion. So he does take some damage there, 24. And now this other guy, it is time for Duelist B, me, my bet, my money. Solemn Judgment is a great follow. Dark Hole to start, just to see if he can get it off. Obviously, this card is not going to be killed by the other guy's effects. So what he's going to need to do is find a way to not destroy it, but remove it somehow. So first he's going to activate the Synchron Carrier, get another Synchro on this one, puts it on, gets another one from the graveyard. Synchro once. He needs a card that brings this card to the hand. Oh yeah, Kristen hit. This one is another card that is, I heard it's a very staple card. If this card is Link Summon, you can special summon one level 3 or lower tuner from the hand or deck. Most of the time you're going to go from the deck because you want to keep your hand intact. But it cannot activate its effect as a turn. Doesn't matter during your opponent's battle phase or main phase or battle phase. You can banish this card you control. Plus summon one tuner synchro from the thing. You probably won't be using that effect too much, but the first part was the most important. Oh, interesting. He's actually going to use it on that. I feel like the opponent hasn't done too much, and this card, as we said, like when you're activated the effect or monster effect, you can banish this card and banish all cards your opponent controls. So he's banishing these two cards, but I feel as though he definitely still has some mojo that he can still do. I think he may have used this preemptively. I would have used this. You can even use it on an attack. So he could have let the other guy summon a bunch of stuff and then use it. But I think that I feel like he knows the deck better, so he can do it. But that other effects does happen. It doesn't negate anything, so he's gonna still get his synchro off. There it is. Martial Meta what? Part of the you can target a tuner, special summon in defense mode, but its effect is negated. And that's from a synchro monster that is used use this card as a material treated as a tuner. So whatever he's about to make is gonna be a tuner. All right. So we got, what is that? 5, 6, 7, 8. So whatever synchro that he does here, this the hedgehog goes to the grave, the banish. So he didn't synchro with it. He brought out the Boreal load. Gonna push 3000, put Solemn Judgment out in the field. Now, can he Solemn Judgment this special summon coming back? Oh, wait, does it not come back? Because he took the spot? Oh, during your next end phase. So he's not coming back until the end of this next turn. So he's at a little... I lost due to time limit? My boy. You know what happened? Maybe he fell asleep at the wheel, man. But it's weird. He was piloting on his turn. He didn't even do too much on his turn, but maybe that was a lot of brain power, you know, even as I was explaining it, that was a lot of brain power, you know. I think, like I said, I want to do more than one of these. So, I just lost 1,000. How much did you guys just lose? Or did you win? Did you win? Maybe we can keep like an invisible tally somewhere. But for example, I do want to say this real quick in the middle of the match, because I do want to make this kind of a helpful channel as well. Let's say one of those cards, like I said, I really liked it. Make a deck. Create, or you can create from public, but you know, you could definitely go to the deck search. So I think one of the cards that I thought that did pretty good, Junk Converter, was the first card that we looked at. This is a SR card, so that means if I were to craft this, obviously it would come up, and then I can look at related cards to see all the other cards that come into it, that mesh with it, but also how to obtain. And then since it is a thing, Scrap Iron Soldiers, I can craft this card right now. It will open up this secret pack, and then I could just go ham on that pack and see what else is in that pack that synergizes with that, and then start building this deck. Like, you don't know what to make, but you want to see a deck played out, and maybe there's no YouTube video on it, because most of the time YouTube's only going to cover the big best decks. So let's go with this. I'm staying with Duel Speed, which is me, and I'm putting a mill up. I got a mill on myself. You know, it's about, the other one was time limit. I think my guy would have won. So maybe we'll come up with a balance, an actual fake balance, and we'll actually keep track of it. So now we got XCs, not XCs, sorry. Technically it is an XCs kind of deck. Ash Blossom in the hand. We start off with the Harvey Feather Duster. Solemn Judgment. See, same thing. The guy didn't activate because it's like, it's only one thing. It's no point. Now this guy does have an opportunity right now to Oko. And if you guys don't know what Oko means, one hit KO. You can go on this game OTK, one turn kill. Both mean the same thing. So Utopia, my man changed the beat. All right. So when summon, you can pay 500. You can only control one. I wonder how many Utopias can this man summon? I actually don't know. We got a rank up force. That's another Utopia most likely. Gonna be able to draw off of that. What Utopia is coming out? Leo Utopia Rey. That's a draw, right? That's gonna summon something else. Okay, cool. He's gonna draw off of that. 500. These kings. What's really cool about this deck is that it actually equips cards to Utopia, a Utopia card. So 500. This one's getting at 1200. He's about to equip this one, another 1200. I don't think he's going to be able to actually break it unless this card actually has an effect that will help it out. You can attach one material from this card, equip a thing from your deck or extra deck. Okay, I'm assuming he's going to use this. I don't think he has yet. Because these cards, I think you can do it from the hand, right? When this card, or maybe he has to do it the other way. Not too sure. There it is. Using another one. 57. Good hit. Now, as far as defense, Let's see if this card has any defensive capabilities. This card effect activation and effect cannot be negated. Okay, once per turn while this card is equipped with a ZW monster, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls and negate its effect, and if you do, half its attack. So he can actually wait until that happens if he puts out a decent effect monster and maybe negate it. Duelist A hasn't really done anything, so this is going to be his chance to really flip the table and take this card out, but it has to be mostly with a monster effect, I'm assuming. If a monster equipped with this card will be destroyed by a card effect, you can destroy this. I think all of them probably say that too. When a monster with this card, that monster can attack all your okay. And then a monster equipped with this card gives once per turn you can negate it. Oh, so he has 2 monster negates with this and this. He has a way to stop this card from dying with this. So he has a lot of defense here actually. So he has a lot of way of protecting it. Obviously, every time he uses one of those effects, he'll lose the equip and he'll lose attack. But he doesn't need too much attack because the guy only has 23. So let's see what he has. And he also has the Ash Blossom as well. Good power with defensive mechanics. Duh! That was so dirty. That was so dirty. Dude, I've been looking at decks that do this, by the way, and that is an amazing way to counter it. If you guys don't know what just happened, he used one of these Kaiju cards. How do I biggie size this? So the crazy thing about the Kaiju deck is that it's able to just tribute opponent's monsters. So it's not an effect that happens. It's literally just like an instantaneous thing. It's like Lava Golem, but on crack. So he just literally special summon his card. All the little things that he got was just immediately taken away. He put the Kaiju on that side, and then he proceeded to fuse, I think this was, right? Cybertech Fortress Dragon, a Cyber Dragon or something else. Insane. That was just insane. Like just to do that, right? And he put this in there. So let's see what else this guy has. Ash is gonna Ash Blossom that, because obviously he would have Ash Blossomed or everything else. That was actually the perfect counter. But he's gonna counter that Cyber Dragon. Overload Fusion. Oh boy. Those 2 cards. Gonna make another Cybertech Overdrive Dragon. Wait, Chimera Tech Overdrive Dragon, sorry. This one's, oh, that's his super shiny. I want to keep all my super shiny cards too, I'm not gonna lie to you. And he's gonna take his Utopia. He's gonna push a little bit of damage, but I think Duelist B is screwed here. He has no cards in his hand. He has to harder the cards draw here. Max C needed that last turn. That's gonna be it. This is enough damage to pull and get him. So Duelist A, double Duelist A wins. Maybe in the future I'll do like a best of 3 technically between Duelist A and Duelist B. Damn, that was insanity. Insanity to have that card out of the little mini cards that he had. Oh boy, you hate to see it. Even after I explained how airtight that defense was, that offensive defensive maneuver was, he had the perfect card to counter it. And that's why a lot of these Kaiju cards are phenomenal. And I think they do have a deck with it as well. It's a really strong archetype because of that. Pretty much you have these cards that this is the one to use. Like I said, you can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field in attack position by tributing 1 monster they control. If your opponent controls a Kaiju monster, you can special summon this card. So the way the Kaijus work, if you're unfamiliar with it, you put one on their side and then you can summon one on your side, and it's supposed to be like the battle of 2 monsters or something like that. But usually the Kaiju you have, I'll keep reading, you can only control 1 Kaiju monster. When a card effect is activated that targets 1 card and no other cards, you can remove 3 Kaiju counters from anywhere on the field, negate that effect, and if you do, destroy 1 card. Like most of the time it is that you put 1 Kaiju on their side, it can't do anything, it can't do much, and you can still activate your card's effects because you know it's on your field and it's active at the moment. So you do have to be careful what card you give them. Each of them have their own little fun effects, but you just keep careful. It has a field spell card. It has a couple supporting cards as well. So it's not a slouchy deck. It's very funny though. Like as you can see, all of them have that effect that you just pretty much can take one of your opponent's monsters, but you do give them a monster. But if you know how to pilot it, you'll get around that and you'll still be able to push a good offensive. So that was funny. And if you really like the deck, how to obtain. I think it does have a secret pack deck. Yeah, Emerging Monstrosity, which you saw one of my summon videos actually popped up. So that is a nice counter. So let's say you're playing and they have like a really strong turn or something like that, and they have they have all these things that block out everything. Putting a card like this out there and like to take out whatever big bad that they did have is sometimes it's worth it. I personally feel, and that's why I like the other deck that I showed you, the Mutant deck, because it has Lava Golems and it has a way to take cards out of their field that they're not really too much expecting. And there's other ways to do that. There's other decks like Unchained that does that. There's the Sky Striker has one card that does that. But taking your opponent's monsters or sacrificing them in a way that doesn't trigger stuff is very important, I think, going forward in the meta. YFOs in the comment section below. Let me know how you guys feel about the loveliness that is the Spectate, what I'm trying to do. The betting stuff is just silly fun. But, you know, if you guys like the Spectate, I love watching a duel and breaking it down. It's just really fun. Again, eventually I want to start breaking down you guys' duels. I think with the friend system and you guys leaving stuff public, I can look at matches that you guys had, whether it's a win or loss, as long as it's entertaining, you know, that'd be pretty cool. But that's going to be it for me. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.